Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a doozy. How to Get Away with Murder, Season 6, Episode 8, I believe it is, which is the mid-season finale. Bitch, we gonna be here a long ass time, so you best get comfortable. It is so much to unpack. It was such a well-written, well-acted, it was a well-produced, well-directed. It was absolutely a very good episode. If you didn't see it, I suggest you go watch it before you watch this review. Oh, it was so good, you guys. Anyway, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so you know how they like to start late and then rewind. It was no different this time. We see the Keaton 5-2 getting home. We can't really figure out why they're high, why they got their robes on. As far as we can tell, it's not, they haven't graduated yet. Why they're talking about beating up the black girl in class. We're trying to figure this out. And then who should call? But Laurel and her eyebrows, you guys, on FaceTime. All right. As soon as I saw her, I thought I was going to get annoyed. I was ready, but I wasn't that annoyed, you guys. I was like, oh, she looked like she didn't got herself together. Maybe it was the haircut and everything. But my eyebrows were still there. They are all like, oh my God, like, am I dreaming? No, you're not dreaming. It's Laurel and her eyebrows in the flesh on the phone. And she is telling them that a mole has turned them in. Somebody out there has turned them in. They're like, how do we know it's not you? And she said she would never do that. And then the clock rewinds. 12 hours earlier that day, okay, and they are in class. Annalise comes in class. It's the day before the graduation. They've all passed. And she gives them this I am lawyer, hear me roar speech. Tells them that even though some of them are going to sell out and go corporate, she hopes that she had enough influence on them to go and, the ones that's true to it, go and defend those who are defendless. Okay, those who don't get represented, make sure you don't give in to the greed and the power and the money. All right, do what's best and then you will be free. Okay, as of tomorrow, after graduation, you're going to be free of the school, free of me. Okay, free of your families. I said, what does that mean? You guys, we're going to talk about some questions that I might have at the end of this video. I hope I remember because there's so many things that I need to remember. I should have wrote that down. Anyway, while she gives this speech, we're reminded of the bloody poker just swinging away with the blood all over the place. Afterwards, the students go back home. They're like, well, damn, that was a speech that was like, my life is fucked up. So you guys make sure you don't be like mine. Go out there and live your best life. Now, when they walk in, Oliver, who's just been a bundle of gifts lately, he has a box for them. He hands it to them and they open it. And I was like, oh, it looked like an old finger or something. What is this? It's shrooms, okay? Why not celebrate? It's the day before graduation. Damn it, y'all done. Let's go on and take these drugs. Connor was like, nope, we supposed to be meeting with my mama, and Ollie was like, I've taken care of that. I've rescheduled it. She just gonna meet us at the graduation tomorrow. So Michaela was like, you know what, fuck it. You only live once. So Michaela and Oliver take it. The first one to get really hit with the high, though, is Oliver. He's sitting in front of the TV. He's catatonic. Okay, although he swear it feels good. They was like, I don't know if we want to feel like that. He was like, I promise you, you do. While he's sitting there looking at the TV, talking about poaching eggs, the news break comes on. And once again, we find out that they are investigating Annalise. I said, this is starting to be harassment, damn it. What the fuck are they harassing my girl for? We see Annalise. Annalise is at the house and she's about to get ready for the, end of the school year dean's party. It's all the swinging fun, you guys. So she's getting ready and Finance Frank is there. He's got questions. He's frantic. Where's Bonnie? She's like, I ain't talked to Bonnie. I ain't talked to Real Nice Nate. Finance Frank was like, he been gone a week, like that don't worry you. And she was just like, maybe he's gone with Laurel and her eyebrows. Okay, leave me the fuck alone, Finance Frank, so I can go do this, please. You know what, Annalise? I deserve love too. And she was like, no, Bonnie deserves love. And whether that's from you or anybody else is for her to decide. Now, can you get out of my way, please? While she's putting her shoes on, he notices the suitcase. Hey, what's the bag for? You going somewhere? She's like, I'm going to go visit my mom after school is out. I said, quick thinking, girl. I don't know if Finance Frank bought it, though. Now, speaking of Bonnie, we see Bonnie. She's at home. She's just getting out the shower. She looks at her phone, and that damn Finance Frank is a fucking bugaboo. Okay, oh, I miss you. Oh, I love you. Please answer the phone. Why you won't talk to me? Text after text after text. Who does she call, though? Real Nice Nate. Real Nice Nate doesn't answer the phone. And you know why? Because Real Nice Nate is meeting with Steen. And Steen is about to file this stay for his case, which is a civil case against the governor. They're going to wait until the criminal case, is finished. And he's all, criminal case of who? Is it Xavier or is it the governor? She said right now it's Xavier. Well, why wasn't he arrested? And she was just like, oh, well, listen to you. Hell, I thought he was dead. You've been gone a week. I thought for sure you had then dug up a grave somewhere and put him in it. I left so I wouldn't have to. All right, but I'm still trying to figure out where the hell did Real Nice Nate go. We gonna put that on the question list too. Anyway, he signs the paperwork, and when he's walking out, Steen says, Real Nice Nate, why don't you just go in and call Annalise at least so she can explain? And he was just like, oh, she's got under your skin too. Watch your back. For the life of me, I can't understand exactly why he's this upset with Annalise. It makes no sense to me. Now, the Dean's party. Annalise is there. Steen is there. They're enjoying themselves, I guess, if whatever you call Annalise's enjoyment. And Rufus comes up. Rufus want to talk to Steen. Annalise was like, she's gay, Rufus. That don't stop Rufus. He's just basically your smarmy, kind of icky co-worker. You know how we all have those ones around that you just tolerate. Rufus says that Annalise hasn't renewed her contract for Middleton for next year. Are you going to C&G full time? Steen says, are you? Annalise was like, I'm not talking about work right now. So Annalise walks off and Steen goes up to her. She's not letting her get away with it just that easily. She was just like, look, you need to let me know exactly what you about to do now. What exactly is going on? What's up? Why haven't you renewed anything? And I don't know anything about my firm. And she says, well, my mama's sick. Got to go check on my mama. Steen was like, okay, well, we can put you on an LOA and she was like, look, I said I'm not talking about this. Steen was like, fine, but I do have a business to run. I mean, you my homegirl and I'm in love with you and everything, but still I got to do what I got to do now. And Annalise understands that, but not right now. Okay, they see a group of people kind of huddled over. They looking down, they looking over at Annalise and Steen. And Steen was like, we act like they ain't never seen lesbians before. Okay, and she was just like, child, they ain't gossiping about you. Annalise knows some bad shit is about to go down. She done been on the receiving end of, sneaky looks and gossiping in the past. Well, it's the news report. Remember I told you that they investigating Annalise, right? Harassing my girl? Well, Bonnie's looking on at the news report on TV. The FBI has a new informant, okay? This unidentified informant says that he has information on Sam's murder, that they've decided to call this investigation the Operation Bonfire. I said, since when does the FBI tell us what the name of their fucking operations are? Really? They call it Operation Bonfire because that's the night that Sam died, right? Gorgeous Gabe is also watching, mesmerized at the report, okay? They're showing pictures of Annalise and Sam in better days, smiling, coming across the screen. They also show Wes, and they say that Wes, although they believe that he was one of the murderers in this case, that he did not act alone and that there were others. And this is bad news. Annalise got a hold of a phone and she's looking at it at the party. And suffice it to say that baby girl got the bubble guts. Child, her worst fears. Now they starting to name names and Annalise is at the top of that list. So now baby girl got to go. She rushes out of the party. Steen is rushing after her. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If the FBI had something on you by now, they would have arrested you. Okay. Annalise ain't trying to hear that. She know how the FBI rolls. Plus she knows all that she has been involved in. So while she's rushing down the street, she stops in front of the house that she and Sam shared together. Okay. And it's all half burnt down and everything. And she was like, I used to live there. And, but I wasn't even able to get the damn insurance money because Sam's bitch of a sister got the shit tied up in court. I said, tied up in court. Well, add that to the list, you guys. Steen was like, do you think that his sister could be the mole? And Annalise was like, I don't know, but I should have left a long time ago. And Steen was like, leave? Where you going? You talking about leaving right now? She's all after her. I said, post Steen. She just a day late and $1 short this whole time. Now back at the Keaton 5-2 house. Okay, Bonnie and Finance Frank done made it over there. And they trying to figure out this mole situation. Who is it? Is it one of them? Is it Annalise? Is it... Is it Gorgeous Gabe? Okay. Asher comes in and says that it's Laurel in her eyebrows, obviously. And when he says that, Oliver bursts out laughing, okay? And then Michaela starts to go through her little changes, finally getting a reaction from her shroom. Finance Frank was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? We're high. And then soon after Michaela and Oliver have their reaction to their shroom, then Connor seems to follow suit. But we got to try to figure out how to get through this high, you know, because nobody really likes the way it feels. Well, Oliver does, but Connor and Michaela doesn't so much. So they say sweets makes it digest much faster, okay? Cookies, candy, something with sugar. Now, Michaela's fully involved in her high now, so she's just like, you know what, fuck it, we graduate tomorrow, we gonna party tonight. She got their graduation robes. Okay, that makes sense now. Gives Connor his robe, gives Asher his robe, and says, you know, we about to go out and have a good ass time. And Bonnie and Finance Frank finished talking to the kids. You know, they leaving out, and you know, Bonnie, she's so damn busted and disgusted. She was just like, go figure out what you can find out about Gorgeous Gabe, you know. But Finance Frank, oh, he all in his feelings. He want to talk about them. You know, I'm sorry, you were strong enough, you know, about Ron Miller. We should have told you, but we didn't. You know, I don't want you to forgive me, but I just want you to know that no matter what happens, you know, I'm always gonna love you. Like I said, go find out what you can find out about Gorgeous Gabe. That's the only job that you get today, sir. I said, thank you, Bonnie. Don't fall for his bullshit. Now, where's Gorgeous Gabe? Gorgeous Gabe is at the FBI, y'all. I said, oh, you the mole, Gorgeous Gabe? But anyway, jumping back over to Annalise, Annalise rushes home. Okay, damn it, shit is bad. She must have shook Steen somewhere, you know, maybe hit a corner that Steen wasn't aware. Anyway, she get on home, and child, she goes straight to her safe. She about to get the hell out of Dodge, you know. She get her phone out like she about to do her little erasing of Annalise Keaton. And there's a knock at the door, you know. She's like nervous, so she puts the phone down. She gets her gun. She's like, who is it? It's me. Okay, it's real nice Nate. She don't really know what to make of it, you know, but she opens the door. Like, you been gone a week. You know, was you with the FBI, you know, trying to come up with a story to turn us all in? And he says, well, if he was with the FBI, he would have gave him this. And he hands over the Denver files. And she was like, the Denver files? You said that you got rid of them. He said, yeah, I thought that I would probably need them just in case, you know, my life was on the line. I needed to bargain. But I guess all of that is out the window now, isn't it? Then they get into a real heated conversation. You know, Annalise leaving a man to die. You know, real nice Nate killing a man with his own bare hands. I said, oh, this conversation ain't going well. She asked him if he's wearing a wire. And he was like, Annalise, really a wire? I just admitted to you that I killed Ron Miller. I can own up to that. Listen, real nice Nate, everything that I did to help you. Like I should have gone to the feds a long time ago. She said, well, go now then. Go tell him everything that you know. But all I can tell you is I ain't killed nobody's. None's. Not a one's. And then real nice Nate, honey, he take a left turn on that ass. He was like, you made all of this happen. You can't own up to the fact that we were screwing around before Sam started messing with Lila. I said, oh, Annalise, now girl, all your whole skeletons is coming out the closet. Annalise was like, first of all, I didn't tell him to kill no Lila, and I ain't told him to sleep with Lila. So I don't see how any of that is on me. And it still don't change the fact that I ain't got no bloods on these hands, baby. Jazz hands, okay? They clean. And that's you that acted like a fucking animal, okay? And decided to kill an innocent man with your bare hands. I tried to help you. You got my pops killed. And she was just like, how the fuck can you say that? Nigga, I did all I could for your father. The governor played you. My pops was murdered for that. And now you should pay for that. And he getting real close. I said, nigga, I'm gonna need you to back. Look, back. She was just like, what are you gonna do, real nice Nate? Are you gonna beat me? Is that what you wanna do? Go on, beat me then. And now see, this conversation then went so bad. You guys know how Annalise is. She's reckless. That mouth is hot. She will say whatever the hell she gotta say to hurt you, whether or not it's true, whether or not it's right or wrong, she gonna say it. And real nice Nate is asking for it, okay? But when he started coming towards her, do you know he lunged at her? I said, wait a minute, real nice Nate, what the fuck is going on here? This your girl, this is Annalise. Remember y'all used to love each other, something like that. She jumped back and she grabbed a poker. And she was like, nigga, play with me if you want to. Okay? She got that damn poker up in the air like it's a baseball bat. She's at home base and real nice Nate is a baseball. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up with this poker. She was just like, you are just like all the other men that used women and then accused them of things afterwards. So what? He was with Lila before you and I got together. He had left this relationship long before then. That's why I chose you. That's right, baby. I chose you. Okay, scoped you out and everything in your police uniform. And I said to myself, I'm going to get that man right there because I'm sure that I can control him. He ain't too smart, detective on the beat. Yeah, I'm sure I can control him and he ain't going to hurt me. Real Nice Nate was like, it ain't too late now. So then it looked like he about to do something to her. He run up to her and grab that damn poker and throw it. I said, uh-oh, Anime. Now what you going to do now? She all cowered over there and he just looks at her with disgust and he says, I sure hope that I'm around when you go down. I said, oh, child, who would have ever thought that Real Nice Nate and Annalise would hate each other this much? But it still doesn't seem like it's placed well. So then we're going to add that to the questions too, you guys. I hope I remember all of this. Y'all, come on now, help me out. At the same time that this is going on, we also see Fine Ass Frank. He's at Gorgeous Gabe's house. Gorgeous Gabe is just getting home. We thinking probably from the FBI. And when he opens the door, Fine Ass Frank is over there in the shadow. This is dark, creepy, scary Fine Ass Frank. And he's like, hey, Gorgeous Gabe. You know how he is, all cocky. And Gorgeous Gabe was like, what are you doing here? Fine Ass Frank was like, I came to tell you that your daddy was an asshole. He was a jerk. He was no good. He was having an affair with Lila and he killed Lila. Gorgeous Gabe was like, oh, lies, you're here only because the FBI is about to arrest that ass. And Fine Ass Frank was like, oh, how do you know that? Okay, are you the mole? You've been running around talking to the FBI so that they can give you a break on killing your mama's man? And Gorgeous Gabe was like, first of all, I don't even know enough to make a deal with the FBI. I said, okay, that's true, he don't. Well, Gorgeous Gabe, I got one for you. I tapped your phone. So I know you was at the FBI today. And that's when Gorgeous Gabe starts to look stressed. I tell you, he did such a good job at looking stressed too, didn't he? Gorgeous Gabe was like, look, all I know is you guys are afraid of me for some reason. And Fine Ass Frank was like, I'm not afraid of you at all. But you should be afraid of me. Look, Wes killed your daddy. And Gorgeous Gabe was like, yes, but he didn't act by himself. Okay, was it you? Did you help kill my father? And Fine Ass Frank was like, no, I didn't. But you go on and ask me that question again and see how I react. I said, what are we about to do? I'm looking at him and I said, Gorgeous Gabe, now you and Fine Ass Frank, y'all about eye to eye. Okay, I think you could take him. You a little lankier. Yes, don't have the street smarts that Fine Ass Frank has, but we can get it popping up in here. But child, no. Not nothing like that. Okay, because that damn Fine Ass Frank has his ass hemmed up against the wall. He's all like this. I said, Gorgeous Gabe, you ain't even gonna try to fight. What your hands doing? You just sitting there getting choked out. Fine Ass Frank was like, listen, I wish I would have killed him, but I didn't. But maybe killing his son is the next best thing. I said, now Fine Ass Frank, you ain't gonna kill Gorgeous Gabe, are you? Are you gonna do that? No, you're not gonna do that, are you? That boy ain't did nothing. But back to the kids. They're out at a convenience store. They're getting sugar, okay? They bump into Peyton. I have to put her on my list too. Why the fuck we keep on seeing this girl all of a sudden? All of a sudden, she is just in everything. Peyton is gonna mean something to us in a little while, you guys. We just gonna have to sit back and watch. But anyway, Michaela can't stand her, because she done took her man. But Asher pulls her to the side and says, how about we get married? She's like, oh, your shrooms are finally working. He says, no, I am very sober and I'm serious. Like Ollie and Connor, if we get arrested, those two already have immunity. Okay, spousal immunity. We don't. And she was like, Asher, even if we did get married, we only could have immunity towards what we would say against each other, not, for what they would have on any information against Annalise. And he was like, so what? Anything is better than nothing. Okay, so say yes. And the boys are like, say yes to what? I said, girl, you better not say yes to this fool. Now, we see Real Nice Nate after he done left his girl, Annalise, he all dejected. He go over to Bonnie's house, so they gonna be dejected together. She asked him if he's the mole, and he says he's not. She says, hell, I'm not the mole either. Fuck, if I really thought about it, I would go and turn myself in. And he was just like, no, why would you say that? That's Annalise got you thinking like that, turning on yourself. She was like, look, Real Nice Nate, Annalise ain't killed nobody. Just the rest of us have. It's like, what about Fine Ass Frank? Does he get a pass? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay? He was just like, I'm worried that you think that you have nothing, that they're the only ones that, are there for you. And she was just like, well, aren't they? And she was like, well, what about you, Real Nice Nate? Oh, it scared me. That was Minnie on my Apple Watch, you guys. She was just like, what about you, Real Nice Nate? What do you have? Who do you go home to who cooks you a nice meal, who keeps your bed warm? I said, nobody. It's just him in that old dark brown, corn chip infested, stinky ass apartment. She was like, you don't have anybody. You are more alone than any of us. And he tells her, you don't need them. I said, you know what? Maybe it's going to be a good idea that Real Nice Nate and Bonnie get together. Wouldn't that be something? Jumping back to Annalise. Annalise is at the house. She's going through all the files, going down memory lane, so to speak. It's not a joyous stroll, though. We see Lila. We see Sam. We see a Frank file. A file on Sinclair. A file on Bonnie. A file on the Castillos. Yeah, Annalise is about to lose it. She has that gun in her hand and is looking like she's contemplating killing herself. I said, oh, no, Annalise, no, we're not doing that. Not today. Not for real, for real. And then the show catches up to where it started, which was when the students were getting home from the convenience store, and they're high and they got their sugars, and Laurel in her eyebrows calls them on FaceTime. Okay, so we caught back up there, right? All right. Are you the mole? She's not the mole. She promises she's not. Okay, but evidently there's somebody amongst them that is the mole, and that they need to be careful. They're all blaming her, like, well, how do we know that you aren't the one that went to the FBI? And she said she'd never do that. And they were like, well, how did you get away? And how did the baby get away? He didn't just crawl out of here by himself. And she was just like, I promise you, I didn't do any of this. I would never turn you guys in, And they were like, well, how do we even know the baby is still alive? And she says, because he's right here. And I was like, oh, look at our little Christopher. Looking like he ain't got damn white in him. Anyway, they still want to know how she was able to get away like that. Okay, who helped you out? She says Steen. They was like, Steen? I said, Steen? Who expected that, you guys? So now they're trying to call Steen. Of course, there's no answer. And now they're still going back and forth in their mind, who might the mole be? Connor still believes that it's Annalise. But Asher starts throwing out other names, including Gorgeous Gabe. And they're like, no, Gorgeous Gabe doesn't know anything. Like, they've done a good job of keeping him at arm's length. Connor's pretty positive it's Annalise, and Asher is just like, okay, well, okay, it's Annalise then. Michaela starts to think about it, this whole conversation. Maybe she's coming down from that high. She looks over at Asher. She says, why aren't you high? And he was just like, well, maybe the shit just ain't worked on me yet. And she was like, no, maybe you haven't taken it because you don't want to be high. It's you. You're the mole. He is like, what? No, absolutely not. He's not the mole. You wanted to get married to me, okay? Because you were feeling guilty about what might be coming down the road for me. Because you know what you've told the FBI. He said it's not true. Connor was just like, well, wait a minute now. You do keep on blaming everybody else. And Asher was like, this is exactly what they want us to do. They want us to turn on each other, okay? But we can't let that happen. Like, you guys are my family. I would never do this. I would never. And he looks over at Michaela. And she's looking at him like, didn't you say you would never lie to me? Are you the mole? And he says, yes. I knew I didn't like that motherfucker. I just couldn't figure out why. Oh, Asher. Absolutely did not expect him. But I started thinking about it, and I was like, we should have really thought that it would be Asher. Asher is the only one that doesn't have as much dirt on his hands as everybody else. So I was just like, Asher, shame on you. Why would you do this? Okay, he starts telling that he hasn't given them anything concrete. And the stuff that they're talking about on the TV, in the news reports, is stuff that they already knew about before he even got involved. I never got on record anything, any of you guys saying anything that you did. Connor is just like, so that's why you was trying to get us to talk about Sam's death, his murder, the other day. He said, oh, but I didn't get anything. I just occasionally would record stuff on my phone. I said, oh, Asher, I can't believe you going out like this. A sucker. While he's sitting there trying to explain it, Oliver ain't got too much time for words. So he go and pick up a poker. I said, boy, they sure got a lot of pokers. Who out there has a poker in their house right now? Let me know. He pick up a poker and swing and hit the hell out of the back of Asher's head. Okay. And it was like a thunk. Like his shit might have stuck up in there. And next thing we know, Oliver Connor, nope. Asher is on the ground. And they're all panicking like, oh my God, like, did you really just do that? You know, call 911. They got to get him some help. I was like, fuck that. This nigga just told you guys that he's the mole. Let his ass bleed out there. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, no, now this can't be the death right now, because the person that's dead is in the apartment building that Asher and Gorgeous Gabe live in. So then I'm just like, he's not about to die. And sure enough, he wakes up. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, you know, it's just, I'm okay. You know, maybe a little dazed and whatnots. Maybe it's just a flesh wound. He probably needs some stitches and everything. But yeah, he's all right. So then he tells him why he's done this. And it goes back to a month earlier when he was with his mom. And remember when he told his mom that she was going to hell and he wasn't? Okay, well, right when he was leaving out, the FBI comes, and turns out that this is some sort of intervention, it looks like. The FBI want him to turn turncoat on his people because evidently they had information that the mom knew information about the dad stealing all that money. Okay, and they were going to prosecute the mother, which seems to be a very weak defense. I'm thinking to myself, like, Asher, now you're a lawyer. Seems like you would not be so emotional, especially when your mama and your sister kicked your ass to the curb and ain't thought about your black ass. He's not black, huh? It just comes off the tongue, y'all. Ain't thought about your ass the whole time, okay? You all of a sudden get wrapped up into this. Please do it, baby brother. You get wrapped up into this and feel that you have to save your mother, and you turn your back on the people who have helped you. You who killed Sinclair, who ran over her a good 8, 9, 10 damn times, backed up and came forward. So how can you do this? You have turned your back on your real family. Your mama and your sister obviously didn't care about you that much. Just trying to keep your mom out of jail. So that's what he decided to do. He decided to save his mother, okay, and turn over Annalise. And so he tells them, look, they want Annalise. They don't want us, okay? We're the dwarves. That's the queen. They're trying to get to her. And Annalise is the whole reason that everything happened. Isn't it funny how everybody has warped their mind and their way of thinking to believe that Annalise is the reason, when Annalise has been trying to save their asses this whole fucking time? Oh, Annalise, girl, like you said, you should have left a long damn time ago. You know, Connor was like, well, was she the one that did donuts on Sinclair? No, that was you. And he goes on and on that Annalise caused it. You know, she's the one that leaked the proof that his father was stealing, and that's why his father killed himself. And, you know, he don't care. He turning Annalise in, and if y'all come on down, they're gonna give you the same deal. They were like, they're not gonna give us the deal. They're tricking you. And he was just like, look, I'm telling you, they already said that we have been brainwashed. We were manipulated by the evil professor. This is the story that the jury wants to hear and will prosecute. And damn it, I'm gonna give it to them. Okay, I'm done with Annalise. Save yourself, because she would do the same for herself. Then we see Annalise, and she's burning the files, okay? Getting rid of evidence. And calling her mom. Mama didn't answer the phone. It's probably 2 o'clock in the morning. Mama sleep, okay? But Annalise calls her and tells her, look, Mama, this is Anna Mae, and yeah, I know I was coming, but I'm not going to come now, you know, and she can't tell her why. She just tells her that she will call her back later, okay? And, you know, Annalise is crying and emotional and everything. I said, oh, Annalise, you about to leave your mama? Oh, poor Annalise, for these old ungrateful ass kids. And speaking of the kids, you know, Michaela's outside, got to get a breath of fresh air, and Connor comes out there and he says, you know, maybe we should just do what you know, Asher said. And she was just like, no, we're not doing that. As a matter of fact, look, I'm not making this decision while I'm high. Hell, I'm graduating in a couple hours. I'm gonna line my ass up, because that's what I do. I'm a badass bitch, okay? And I'm not gonna let, you know, something like this get in my way, okay? She goes back in the house, and Asher's gone. All that Oliver had was one fucking job. Go get the fucking peas out the freezer, and couldn't put the shit on the back of his head. The motherfucker gone. And where did he go? Well, this is the scene that we saw in the past as well. Asher goes to Bonnie's house, looking dazed, confused, can't believe what just happened, okay? He looks at her, and she's just like, oh, Asher. Next thing we know, she's calling fine ass Frank. Hey, where are you? Well, he just left Gorgeous Gabe. I'm hoping Gorgeous Gabe is still alive. And he's on his way back to the kids' house. She said, no, come on over here. I'm going to need you here instead. Then the camera goes to Asher and Gorgeous Gabe's apartment. And when I tell you this was some of the best cinematography, I mean, the camera was sort of warbly. The shit is dark and it's scary. I was nervous. The music the whole time of the show was like very, it went between like your heart was racing and real opera type of scary type of, requiem almost like music. It was so well put together, you guys. Anyway, I was like, did Finance Frank kill Gorgeous Gabe? Nope, Gorgeous Gabe is still alive. And he's listening to his phone. It seems like he's recorded Finance Frank. I don't know how this happened, but he recorded Finance Frank saying that, that he didn't kill Sam, but maybe he should kill Gorgeous Gabe. I was like, how did Finance Frank miss that? Then there's a knock at the door. Gorgeous Gabe gets up, opens the door, and he just says, oh, hey. Doesn't look scared, doesn't look alarmed, look like it's somebody he knew, and I'm trying to sit there and gauge his response, like, who is it? Like, he didn't seem happy to see him, but he didn't seem upset. I'm thinking if that was Asher, would he have been annoyed with Asher? Like, if that was his mama, wouldn't he be a little bit more emotional? Okay, could it have been Annalise? Like, who the fuck was this at the door? Putting that on the list, too. Whatever it was, he wasn't afraid. Then we see the poker, just swinging around, blood splattering all over the place again. Then we see Annalise getting the hell out of Dodge. She gets in the car. Remember, they told her to get in the car and, they're going to take her to another location. And while she's riding in the car, she tells her driver, wait a minute, stop the car. Okay? And he stops the car. And then we don't see what happened after she stopped the car. I said, we going to put that on the list too. What the hell you stopping the car for, Annalise? Because next thing we know, she's on the plane. Okay, and it's a rough takeoff. Looks like it's a small, little propeller plane. And, they going to get her out there. It's real rough and rocky and shit. And then he gets it smooth and he says, you know what? We apologize for that, Miss Brooks, I think he said. But we're going to get you to your location, quick, fast, in a hurry. So Annalise starts to unwind a little bit, or at least tries to. And then we back at the house, okay? Oliver's cleaning up the blood, Asher's blood on the floor. And damn it, they're not going to worry about it right now. Like I said, we got a graduation to go to, except there's a knock at the door. And before they can even get ready for this graduation, it is the police. That's right, you guys. The police is there. Michaela, Connor, you are under arrest for the murder. And they were like, murder? What are you talking about? Like, murder? What's going on? It's all confusing and everything. I said, oh my God, did they all find out about all the murders and what happened with Sam and everything? Like, I couldn't figure out what it was, right? Michaela was like, who did we kill? Child, then we go back to the dark hallways of Asher and Gorgeous Gabe's apartment building. And child, the camera pans up from the shoes up the body. And I was like, oh my God, is that Gorgeous Gabe? But then I'm like, no, Gorgeous Gabe don't look like he would wear them kind of shoes, okay? They was a little more pointy than I would expect him to wear. So then it starts going up and the person's a little thick, a little chunky. And I was like, who's this? Who is this? And child, when that camera come up and it is fucking Asher. And Asher is a, real unpleasant shade of hospital sheet white. I was like, you done got, boy. He bleeding out the back of his head. I said, oh, no, he wasn't dead earlier, but he dead now. And I'm happy about it. Yeah, I knew I didn't like that motherfucker. I just couldn't tell why. Oh, fucking traitor. And then that's when they tell Michaela that it's Asher. I said, oh, but wait a minute, you guys. That wasn't the big part. The big part is we go off to the future, we're presuming. It's Annalise's funeral that we've been seeing, okay? And the woman is closing out the service, or she's at least closing out her little sermon, and she's telling them that, the Lord to please, receive Annalise, and that she may live in your kingdom, with peace. And now she's going to open up the floor for if anybody wants to come up and say some nice, kind words about Annalise. And child, who should be walking through that damn crowd but Wesley motherfucking Gibbons? Shout out to Ashley. Oh my God, I was just like, oh, Wes. I told you guys I wasn't sure that he was dead. I couldn't figure out what it might have been, but child, if Wes didn't get his long ostrich neck coming up the front, peeking through with his long ass neck, looking like a fucking snack. I said, ooh, that Wes, he might have got on our nerves, y'all, but he's something cute. And he was still looking good. I said, no wonder lowering her eyebrows and ran off with the nigga. You can't tell me that they ain't together. I'd have ran off with him too. Looking all good and whatnot. Not a burn, not a scratch on him. Wesley is still fucking alive. And then when that camera panned to Annalise, with the wreath around her, and she was sitting over there smiling like, And like, bitch, I am not dead, but you think I'm dead. I'm gone some fucking where, okay? And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Now let's get to these questions, you guys, that we might have. The first question that I want to say is, what's up with Sam's sis? What is it that she's got it tied up? We ain't heard nothing about Sam's sis, the house, or anything. Why all of a sudden they bringing that up? Then I want to know, what is Gorgeous Gabe doing at the FBI? Now, what do he keep on going back and forth to these people for? What does he know? Then again, I want to know about Peyton. Why the fuck she keep on coming up? She keep on showing up. It's something about that Peyton girl. Wouldn't it be something that just on a whim, Peyton was on her way over there to see Gorgeous Gabe, and there was some sort of tussle, and she had to bust Asher in the back of the head. I mean, it don't make no sense, but that Peyton girl, something is up with her. Then, again, why did Annalise stop the car? What happened in that moment that she had him stop the car? Did she go over to Gorgeous Gabe's house? Was that why he wasn't afraid when he opened the door? It seemed like he would have been a little bit more emotional than that, but then I'm thinking to myself, was she going over there and did she finally get somebody? Did she finally kill Asher? Did she finally have blood on her hands? Because earlier when she said you're free of your families, I was like, now what is this? Does she know that Asher is trying to help his family out and might have turned cold on her? And is that why she had to come over there and put her back into it? Swing on that nigga in the back of his head? Like, did Annalise kill Asher? And also, where did Real Nice Nate go for this week? What was he setting up for a whole week that nobody knew where he was? And didn't it seem like the anger between Real Nice Nate and Annalise didn't make that much sense? Could they have actually planted that fight, thinking that maybe there was a camera somewhere, or maybe that somebody was listening? We do have old girl living across the penthouse. You know, maybe she was listening. That would have been for her benefit. Okay? What was all that about? Because I just, for the life of me, I can't understand why Real Nice Nate is so mad. It don't make no sense to me, you guys. So, yeah, these are all questions that I have. I want you guys to, any other questions that you have, please put it down there. Any answers that you have to my questions, please put it down in the comments, you guys. But I'm telling you, this was an excellent mid-season finale. I mean, this gave me the feels of like the first 2 seasons of How to Get Away with Murder, which was the most bomb seasons. Season 2 and 3, I think, were probably the very best that they've ever had. And I don't know, you guys. Season 6 is getting up there, right? Yes, good episode. Didn't you love it? All right, you guys, I'm gonna spend my whole fucking lunch down here. This video is probably at least 45 minutes long. I'm sorry, you guys, but I told you at the beginning it was gonna be a long one. Let me get off of here. I gotta get on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.